Can you turn just that top thing?
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Hungry.
Oh yeah? You're hungry?
Yes, sir.
What makes you say that?
I got my coffee and you
I didn't get it. I didn't get a drink. I should have gone. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
I tried my new coffee from Trader Joe's.
Oh, how is it? How is it?
Pretty good.
Give it a sip.
I think I
The
need
mustache
to
out the way?
add more of what I added. Sweetened
very good.
milk and chocolate.
You don't need too much.
Syrup.
All right, let's get some
This
chill.
cup is so baby though. It was so small.
I love that cup. It's a really cool cup. It has like a
love this.
copper outer piece, yeah, and then it comes out. Yeah, it's super cool.
Very cute.
So yeah, I've been having a good time. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the podcast. Hope you're doing well. I want to tell a story on here later, but Esther, it'll be the third time Esther's heard it, so we'll see
is it
how
the story
she's.
I think of because I was gonna
Probably.
bring that thing up.
Oh, you are? Okay, good. It'll probably be. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see.
I might have to step out. You know what I'm saying?
Been working on a lot of stuff, lots of fun stuff, and we got some interesting things.
Some eateries.
Trader Joe's that we haven't tried before. We've heard good
Every
things
time I
about
say
it.
Trader Joe, I think of that girl. Trader Joe broccoli salad.
Ube tea cookies. Now, ube
He doesn't
tea
listen to
is
me.
one of my
Ever.
is one of my favorites. Ube tea is one of my favorites, and some ASMR for you. And I'm just opening the bag.
Shout out to Kyra.
And oh yeah, yeah.
Stories.
So, first of all, oh my gosh, smell phenomenal. Look,
Oh, they're
phenomenal.
huge. I
They're
thought they
tiny.
were little.
They are tiny. These are the
Like
smallest cookies
Cocoa
I've ever seen.
Puffs thing.
I don't know why Esther's calling this huge. It's
No,
literally
look
the size
at
of my eye.
box. I thought it was like as shown. It's not on
It's
camera, my guy.
very close.
They look like Cocoa Puffs though.
But it says
don't they?
cookie. So anyway, they're extremely tiny. They're about the size of my eyeball, so I'm not sure.
I don't like ube, so they're not for me.
So let's see what
but
we got.
George loves it. Are ube and taro different? The
Very
same?
similar, very similar.
Taro. Oh,
They're extremely good, but
there you have it.
if it didn't tell me it was taro, I wouldn't know. It
In
doesn't.
that case, let me try one.
It doesn't hit me with taro. It's actually like a, just like a snickerdoodle. I'm sorry if that
snickerdoodles.
bothers anybody that thought these were phenomenal.
Look at that. That is beautiful.
It's a shortbread. Okay, that's been mixed with slightly savory ube. So, they're the popular purple tuber
Got it all over my hand.
from the
Reaching
Philippines.
the bag.
They have a unique, lightly earthy flavor and satisfying, toothsome bite.
I like it.
Is it just a sugar cookie? Is it just a snickerdoodle taste? No, there's a little bit of something in there, but
I like it, but I wish they were a little teeny bit smaller so I could just hump.
if you didn't tell me it was ube, I would not have known. That's not me saying it's bad, but I don't know if I'd say ube. I love ube. I think I'm saying it
Did
right.
you bring the other thing up?
So there's a couple other things that we got.
The other ube thing or no?
No, that's I didn't. It's a pancake mix. So
I know, but I thought you might show it.
here's another ASMR for you. We got a peanut butter filled pretzels.
Now it's stuck in my
Phenomenal, phenomenal. So we'll go through our question. These are always good. This is not something I haven't had, of course.
I need to eat. Show them what we have on the table. Nope, don't like this.
All right.
I used to take them, bite them in half, dump out the peanut butter filling, and then eat the pretzel.
Oh my gosh. That's horrible.
Ha! Tough.
So what is our question for the day?
I'm trying to find it.
We don't know what these questions are either. So we don't like read them before. I mean, okay, we've done it for 3 years, but it's the same question every year for 3 years. But 365 questions, you forget them. And so
I'm
we don't
a little
prepare.
lost, but okay.
These just hit us. So we shall see what the question is. Peanut butter and pretzel, phenomenal mix.
Okay, so our next one is, who are your role models? I'll look at last year's. Mine for last year was you.
Dang.
Yours for last year is really long. Let me take a look.
Is it interesting to share or no?
Yours does not answer the question.
All right, you don't have to read it then.
It was talking about Grandma Irene, so I guess maybe you were saying Grandma Irene, but
Well, can you read it?
it says, on a family trip and Grandma Irene paid for everyone to be here. That would be a nice thing to do in years to come.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So you were saying she's a role model?
I don't have, of course. I mean,
And then
that was
the
easy.
year before then, I put George's parents.
Nice.
And then you put them as well.
Probably.
Okay, give me that. I gotta
Yankee
eat
finally got a brim. What's up, dude?
I gotta eat
It
that.
does have a brim this time. My hat does have a brim. There's this hat that I wear that doesn't have a brim.
Oh, delicious.
And a bunch of people always laugh at it. Some people really like it. Some people think it's weird. So ooh, that looks good. So the role model thing, I don't have like a consistent person that I always think of. Some people are like, this is my role model, and they just kind of keep that for a lengthy period of time or their whole life or whatever. I don't know. And for me, I don't think of it like that. So that's why each year I kind of put like a different one. When I said Grandma Irene is my dad's mom, and she lives in Arizona, and she just did this, not just her, but people put this event together that she paid for. The whole family came together and just hung out. It was a great time, and it was expensive, and it was hard to get it all together. Yeah, it was a family reunion, and I was just like, wow, that's super cool, to be able to, it's expensive, and to be able to put all that together and want to see everybody and be able to see everybody. And because a lot of people wouldn't have been able to make it if she didn't pay for it, is kind of what I'm saying. So it's like, to be able to get everybody together like that is really cool. And so I was like, oh, that would be awesome to do. These are macaroni bites. There's a little detail shot for you. They look phenomenal. Actually, gonna be mad because I'm just gonna plop the whole thing in.
No, that's okay. For your beard. I'm feeling like I shouldn't have made the entire box, but there wasn't very many.
Those are great. No, that was not. It wasn't very expensive. It was like $3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't
That's
expensive.
Good. But I just had a tortilla wrap with all this good stuff.
Yeah.
Sun-dried tomatoes, pesto, laughing cheese, whatever the heck
Laughing
that's
cow
called.
cheese, yeah.
Greens, mixed greens, turkey, and feta cheese, and
Pesto.
did I say pesto
I don't remember.
already? Yeah,
So,
it was good.
a role model.
Oh yeah, I got distracted.
No.
My food.
Can't think of anyone in particular.
Wait, what about? Not like a role model, but just somebody that was kind of inspiring from the movement. What
Oh,
side
from
is
movement?
it on this? That
Yeah.
guy?
George, can we have a hairline reveal? Absolutely. Here's the hair. Super messed up. I'm wearing a hat all day. Woke up like this.
Nice.
Don't at me. Yeah, that's the hairline reveal.
I keep getting strings of teeth.
The hair's leaving. It's actually migrating. It's just gone down to my face. Yeah, my hair falls out quite a bit, and it's really been pushed back there.
Oh.
I always liked wearing hats, though. People are like, "Do you wear a hat because you don't like your hair?" Nope. I actually like the hair. I don't really have an issue with it. Would I like it to look more full? Yeah, sure. But it doesn't. It doesn't.
Hats made your hair fall out?
No, I do not.
All right,
People
there
call
you
it
have
a McDonald's M. my brother would go dun 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 and slap my forehead.
Sounds like I should slap him.
McDonald's.
My coffee's gone.
Hairline looking.
Are you typing that in?
Yeah, because they're typing it. So anyway, yeah, my hair. You know, I used to have really. Just people.
A random person asked for a hairline.
I used to have quite.
My forehead's looking ginormous.
Good-looking hair, very thick, very full. My dad used to cut all of our hair, all my brother's hair, and he was always like, "Wow, you have the nicest hair. It's so easy to cut. Always looks nice." And you know, I was blessed with nice hair.
And then you were humbled.
Yeah, exactly. I was blessed with nice hair for quite some time, and I had a nice beard.
And you
Can't
got
have both.
An awesome woman at the time,
Sheesh.
so now you're like, all right, I made it. Bye.
Yeah, no.
No, you are still very handsome, and you have a beautiful
Your
head
dad
shape,
must have
so
been
if
a
you
good
ever wanna
man.
go
My
bald
dad,
again-
not only was my dad a good man, my dad is a good man. He is alive. I mean, I don't think you were.
In fact, he's both our role models.
Yes, no, Dad's
Back a
pretty
few
young.
years.
Dad is 50. So I'm 25
50
and
years
Dad's 50.
young?
Dad and I, everyone thinks Dad and I are brothers, which is really fun.
I thought Dad was your older brother last time I saw him.
Oh, I was like,
From
when
across
did you
the
think
way
that?
without
Okay.
my glasses.
No, Dad's phenomenal. We were just all hanging out over there the other day, and he was reading us some awesome stuff and good things to think on, and so yeah, I didn't have a specific role model this time. Sure, there's inspirational people and people that do things that I like.
Well, you have to have one, so
Okay,
speak one. Or you could just, I guess you could write.
I would say my boss / pastor. I don't work for a church. Oh, actually I do, but I work for the school piece of it. The school is an outreach for the church, and the pastor is the superintendent of the school, Mike, and he's great. I would love to continue to expand and do things like himself. He's a great guy, and it would be fun to do things like he's done. So that's my role model for right now. How about you, love?
I, however, don't have one.
Wait, you said you had to, though.
I know. I can't eat another one of those. I need to take a breather.
If you're watching this as a podcast, you can check us out live at youtube.com/George and Esther.
Can you grab me a napkin?
Yes, I can.
Role model.
See all the good food we're eating. If you're listening to this as a podcast, not watching it,
I don't really know.
you couldn't say the same ones as the other years.
Well, still both of all my other answers.
Me?
You and your parents.
But a role model is also somebody like you want to kind of be like. You wouldn't want to do the things I'm doing, so you'd have to clarify. Like you've said before, like I wouldn't want to do that.
Oh.
Like a role model is also someone like you want to do those things, I think. You're just saying maybe attitude or thought process
Not like
or
your
cognitive
work or something, but just your mindset and stuff.
Cool. That's a point for me, everybody. Write it down, take notes.
Still my last two answers.
Okay. Yeah, I can stay the same. I don't see why I can't stay the same. It's 3 years to see how it changed or see how it hasn't changed.
Some of them are
I would say so.
supposed to, or not really supposed to, but some of them make sense to be the same answer. Why did I close the book?
And I don't always wear a hat either, and I don't always wear a hat during live. Or our podcast or whatever. Okay. We will be painting. I've been working on a lot of animation. Not going to show it yet. But I have some cool stuff I can show you. Is your opinion still standing on Mr. Lee's chicken? Yes. Mr. Lee's chicken is phenomenal.
That's funny. Didn't we just talk about that yesterday?
Someone in the chat is... we have it on live too, so if you're watching this podcast, people are throwing in stuff. And they're talking about Mr. Lee's chicken. It's a local chicken spot, and it's extremely good. And I was asked what my favorite chicken spot was, and I said probably that spot. I don't go to a lot of places that are specifically chicken spots, but let me.
I've gone there like twice? Once?
Yeah, but I've gone a couple times myself. But let me tell you something. It's phenomenal. You've had it.
I've had it once.
That's phenomenal.
And I don't really remember.
But it's
I think
phenomenal.
it was pretty good. Did we get like that Thai flavored
Yes.
one? Thai food?
But again, like if you were to ask my favorite chicken spot, my
I'm gonna
first
get
reply would be
another
like, "Oh,
drink.
I don't know." Okay, bring out water. My first reply would probably be like, "I don't know." Would probably be my first reply, but it's very good. I had the spicy chicken. It was glamorous. Boy, I'm so glad. Yep. Evil. Evil. Is that how you pronounce what your name is spelled there? Evil. Oh, it's definitely glamorous. Mr. Lee's chicken is glamorous, and also inside is really cool. It's really cool there if you eat inside. It's just like a sports bar. That's what it kind of feels like. You wouldn't expect it, but it is. That's good. That's a good song. So we will be painting here in a moment on our live stream. So if you're checking us out as a podcast, you can go ahead and head over there. Oh, we got a sparkling water.
Oh, I can never figure this out. Watermelon lemonade.
Esther's bringing it the sparkling water.
It's not very cold yet, but
Role models. I would say,
we've moved on.
but we can't yet because we're still in the podcast section.
Well, let's look at another one.
Oh, sure. Do you want to write my answer down there? You can just write it real quick so we can keep it moving.
I don't like doing that, so I might just leave it.
No,
Okay,
let's do it so we don't forget for later.
Write down the title of your future memoir. What was yours? You don't have any at the moment?
Nope, it was Mike.
Oh, my bad.
I'm looking up exactly what a memoir is. I think it's like a biography. A historical account or biography written from a personal knowledge or special sources.
What was it? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
A historical account or biography written from personal knowledge or special sources.
Biography is,
I'm trying to get a drink, please.
Really?
Dang.
nothing more annoying than when you take a drink out of my hand that I'm clearly about to try and...
But I was reaching for it, dog.
Yeah, it was already in my hand.
What would it be called? What would it be called? What would it be called?
Watermelon flavoring.
Very good.
Literally some of the best stuff ever, and I don't
Wow.
I don't like watermelon.
Oh, shoot. I like watermelon. Let's see. The most, or what I would name my...
You can't really not like watermelon.
Memoir.
It's just like not special.
I
It's
think
90%
if I was going to do a memoir and call it something, it would... It's a little bit of a cop-out, but I would really like to call it Method to the Melody and not have it just be about my music business, but again, that play on words, which is kind of like Method to the Madness. Because melody is a creative thing. So I would come at it from a point of like my business and the things that I've done from a business standpoint, which most of them are creative. So it's a method to, I might call it Method to My Melody. Which would be a better spin on that for a book, for a memoir. You like that? So Method to the Melody is the music business, but Method to My Melody would be an explanation of kind of what I did, how I did it, and how I think it would be kind of like a self-help kind of thing. A memoir of mine. It's supposed to be like biography, but I'd kind of spin it
Motivational?
that way. Yeah, motivational book thing. All right, write that down. Method to My Melody. I like that. Or Find My Hues. But I do really like both of those names, so I'm not just... I mean, clearly I use them, but Find Your Hues, you can find us on Instagram. Find Your Hues is our painting Instagram and business. You can find us there. Yeah, Find Your Hues, I'd call it Find My Hues, you know. Or I still might call it Find Your Hues. That one doesn't sound as good with my. Method to My Melody sounds good, but Find My Hues, it doesn't have a ring to it. Find Your Hues seems to for whatever reason.
I don't know.
All right, Esther, what is your answer?
Now I want watermelon candy.
Okay, wait a second, though. We're on a specific train of thought here right now, so we can't hear about the water.
I'm never on a specific train of thought.
Okay, good to know.
What was the question? Okay, let me think.
1 second, let me read this because it just came in.
Let me look at my last
There's a funny
answer.
story, which is actually true. There's a comment thrown into us. A man made a memoir and ended up in Mexico as a spy, and they made a movie called True Memoirs of an International Assassin with Kevin James. Haven't seen that.
Dang.
Might be a cool movie, but that sounds cool.
I'm gonna read our past ones. Year 2020 was The Creative.
Oh yes.
Year 2021 was Recovery. Oof.
What?
Year 2020.
It was called Recovery?
Yeah. My 2020 was The Journey to Joy. And
that doesn't make sense for 2021.
Yes, it does. And my 2021 was Discovery.
2021, the only time I felt like I was having...
That's kind of a bad title.
2022?
Joy was good.
Was that happening at the end of 2021?
Yes.
I just went through a time of lots of like anxiety and like panic attack stuff for very little reason, it seemed. And it was like a really weird time, but I felt like that was in 2022.
No.
Must have
We're
been.
just in 2022.
You're telling me it's just January, February, March. Hey, we're halfway through, okay? We're halfway.
We're not even... We just started summer.
January, February, March, April, May.
I know.
Oh, you're just upset about it.
No,
Yeah, we're halfway through this
but,
year.
you know,
So anyway,
whatever.
it does, you know how you're like, oh, 5 months ago, and then 5 months, it's actually been like a year, but you just kept saying that. So, okay, that does make sense. Yes, I was just having a time. I'm not a very anxious or panicky person, never really have been, but I was really badly in that realm for about a few months there. So I guess that does make sense. It's just longer ago than I thought. That's what's cool about this book. It kind of reminds you the time of these different things and whatnot. But I really do like, did I say the creative?
Yes.
Yeah, I really like using the word creative as like a noun. Like I'm a creative. Not a creative person, but I'm a creative. And I was going to make a business card that like said the word creative, but it was the definition of it. And it like, yeah, it was cool. Okay, I guess she doesn't care. It was quite cool though. And yeah, I see that.
I was zoning out in the correct way.
What was that supposed to mean?
I wasn't really zoning out. I was deep in thought of what I could name my memoir.
I have not seen the new Top Gun yet.
No spoilers.
But I will be seeing it fairly soon. There's someone that wanted me to go watch it with them, and it sounds like a lot of fun, so I probably will. Was it good? Don't spoil it, but was it good? Can you spoil that movie? I don't even know. Like, I don't even really know what the premise would be.
The first one.
I like the song.
I have no idea.
For your memoir?
I hate thinking.
Wow. Go ahead and hit us with what you would call your memoir.
Oh my. Just smacked my ankle so hard into the
Esther is so clumsy, guys.
thing. I'm not, though.
We are using a snowball mic. I think it's from Yeti is the company.
This boy.
It's probably one of the best sounding mics for the price.
My light.
No, it's from Logitech. Logitech. Does it sound good?
No.
Is that why you're asking? I hope that's why you're asking. What mic are you using? Oh, it's this great mic. It sounds like trash. Does it sound good? Let me know, those of you that are watching. It is a microphone that I like. It's supposedly very good for voice and not very expensive. And I have it on a really nice stand, and it has what is this called? It doesn't pick up us like rolling in chairs and stuff. It used to. And it now has what is this called?
And then I dropped my phone that one time, and that was doing the audio, and it just gave everybody a rough time.
Esther, you have not told us.
Listen, I take time to think of these things.
Sorry, the podcast is kind of all over the place. We got people asking questions
And I'm
on the live. Asking all them
a
questions.
little bit lost right now in life, so I don't know.
There's also two mics, by the way. Esther has her own and I have my own, so that helps it sound a little bit clearer and better. And then we both have our own cameras, our own video.
Alright, mine's gonna be lost in thought because I'm always getting super sidetracked and
Oh, your
crazy.
memoir would be called Lost in Thought?
Yeah.
Well, that's a great name. Guys, we are going to write these at some point. And they're going to like somehow...
Wait, multiple?
Well, you're going to write yours, I'm going to write mine. That'll be somehow connected. Different name and whatnot, but like the chapters will be like vaguely connected.
Oh, you can do like, well, you wouldn't remember all the years, but if you did a chapter for each year of your life, and you could
How old you
title
are at the
each
time?
thing, yeah.
How old you are
like,
at the time?
See,
Oh, and we could use
all
that.
of those.
Oh, shoot. But mine were definitely overall names. I'd have to...
You could start it at your adult life, I guess. You could do like 18 and
Yo,
forward.
the color of
You
my...
can probably remember enough of that to do that.
color of mine got kind of off. Let me see. It's like fleshed out. There we
Oh,
go.
you know what I wanted you to do?
That's better. Sorry, my color was kind of fleshed out. Dude, you never told me if you like how the mic sound,
You
please.
see what I mean with him not listening to
Let me know if the... You were literally zoned out just a second ago and
I
just
asked-
called your memoir Lost in Thought. So...
But I asked you a question.
What was your
You
question?
are supposed to not be lost. You are
Oh.
big brain boy.
Big brain boy.
I should have a big brain.
Okay, guys, my
tucked
memoir
into this
is called
ginormous forehead.
Big Brain Boy.
No, what I wanted you to do, he had a diary I have no idea.
Not
pretty
a
long
diary, it's
ago.
a journal. What the heck?
Sorry, relax, it's the same thing.
It's similar. But what were you gonna say?
There's some pages at the end, and I wanted you to like finish it with
No way.
where we are now.
That'd be phenomenal. Bring it in.
Right now.
Not right now.
I was gonna
You ready
say.
to go?
Yeah.
Go grab it, dude. That's
Do-do-do-do-do.
phenomenal. Guys, let me tell you something. If Esther has an idea and something she wants to do, the answer is always yes. So we'll be jumping over to just the live here in a moment. The podcast is...
Look, I also brought these.
Oh, Esther brought something very cool. We're not going to say what they are on the podcast. Go ahead and check us out. The live is posted right when we're done. So you
So
can go
cute.
check out the live stream. It's posted on YouTube. She showed off a cool little mini Lego that we got. And if you'd like to see that, head on over to George and Esther on YouTube. We also have this journal. We'll be looking at it a little bit on the live stream. So come check us out, youtube.com/George and Esther. We're at the what minute mark? We are at the 26-minute mark. So we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Welcome to the live stream. If you weren't already here, let's line up Esther on my microphone.
Oh, that is so cute.
Boom. This journal. This journal has some things that I wouldn't necessarily read on the live, but you're trying to tell me that it's
Obviously,
full?
most of it you
Oh
probably
my
wouldn't.
gosh. Okay, I don't even remember that this was this full. I thought it literally had about 10 pages in it. Literally. If you would have asked me how... Okay, first of all, there's some cool art in here, so let's go back and look at some of the art. That I can show. I used to use it for something... First of all, I love these journals. It has the tie thing. It's like leather. For a while, I was using it to just quickly sketch... I wasn't great at it. Quickly sketch normal day-to-day things. You know how you have pictures of... kind of the special things that go on, the events. And I was like, I want to just draw the normal thing that we do. Christmas Eve, Mom made clam chowder. We ate it in bread bowls.
Nice.
This was from 2012. I was 15.
You looked at me like I was also supposed to whistle, and I don't know how to
Dad
whistle.
dressed
so-
up as Saint Nick. Oh, this was the same day. So some of these drawings are from the same day. Oh, and I always wrote today and then put the date. I liked writing today and then putting the date.
Weird.
All right, guys, we'll look at the journal some other time. Esther thought it was weird.
What? What do you mean?
I just said something that I thought was cool about it and you go, weird.
Well, now you're reading today, and it's not today.
A drawing of my room. I had these cool little pencils that someone got for me. They were all like,
Oh, that reminds me. I have to look for wooden pencils.
Today, December 26th.
Write it down on the whiteboard, because I'll
Hanging
forget.
out at Grandma's house playing the Wii. Oh my gosh, specifically, it looks like we are playing the Lego video game. Esther's shaking the table. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
I was doing it every day for a while. December 27th. This was in one of the upstairs room at Grandma's house. We'd spend the night there every Wednesday.
Spare
And different days. This was Thursday. Thursday night pizza at Grandpa's house.
Help, help. I always move the table because I'm trying to scoot around, and I always have my feet on the chair because...
Oh yeah, Grandma had the Dickens Village.
Obviously. Oops. I'm shaking stuff. Grandma had what? Nice.
Today, December 29th. I worked so much and so hard on my commission that I had no time to draw my picture in here. I have had lots of fun working on D5. It was the initials of a child. I was painting a photo of a kid for their grandma. For Tammy was her name. I am mostly done with his face, clothes, shirt and hat, and the barrel he is sitting in.
Oh, I remember
The
that
painting
one.
at this point has taken me around 6 hours. That's pretty quick. Oh, you can
That's a
check out
pretty
that
big
paint. You can check out
painting,
that painting actually. I'd say medium. You can check out that painting actually on the YouTube channel if you go to the old part of it. Grandma's house, December 30th, little piano. Today, January 1st. It is 12:16. I missed December 31st by 16 minutes. Goodbye, 2012. Happy New Year. So I was trying to do it every day.
Who's that?
Dad rocking Joshua in the blue chair. That's awesome.
Wait, but it's just...
Nope.
It's just Dad.
He would always slip down in the side right behind him.
Oh, that's
Little
hilarious.
faces, right?
Well,
we were just talking about
also
this the other
just
day.
talking about that.
I delivered my painting to Tammy.
Nice.
I made $350, just around $40 an hour.
Oh,
My first
big brain boy
finished
working it out.
commission. My brother in my room. Oh, I always loved this one. It's Dad's office where we had a bunch of the instruments. Look at that one. That one's really cool. Just line work, sketching. I almost finished my video of the portrait today, but as I write this, turn the page. That's what it says.
What?
It turned into tomorrow. So I did this while I wrote it. I watched the time,
Oh.
and then right when it hit 12, I said it turned into tomorrow. I mean, now it's today. Yeah. Yawn with asterisks. I yawned. I'm
What a
tired.
guy,
Good night.
what a guy.
I mean, good morning. I'm going to sleep. That's awesome. Oh, videoing myself paint Violet's portrait. So I had my video camera, I had my light.
Nice.
I taught my watercolor intro class to the 5th graders at YV. I have also taught the class to the 4th and 6th graders. Bunsen burner. Science experiment for school.
Nice.
Today, March 4th, was my first after-school art class at YV. I had 7 students. An adult also joined the class. After school. Wait. After class art class? Is that what I called it? Why is that a C?
No idea.
Today, March 6th, was my second after-school art class. I had 12 students. It was a little crazy, but all the students said they had tons of fun. I got all their awesome art supplies from a lady in Berkeley a few days ago for an insane good price. And now the lady, Wendy, has asked me to paint a picture of her cat, a portrait of her and her husband, a mural in her garage, and make her a website. I'm so excited. Here's the story about that lady. She never had me do any of those things. And I was very excited, and it was very rude of her to tell a little kid all these things that she wanted and then never continue to interact with me. I had mural ideas. I drew all the things that she wanted. I did like tests of things, and then she just ghosted me.
Welcome to the life of...
Golden Gate Bridge through open windows with flower
Everyone.
boxes. I started a new thing on my YouTube channel, Art Week. I work on a certain painting every day, getting ready for my art show in July. Today, June 9th at 6:14, I started When Colors Collide number 3, Gravity. I had a series of paintings called When Colors Collide. I'll show them at some point. I was writing music for an orchestra in Walnut Creek. Today, June 18th, my chamber quartet piece, I don't know what to call it yet, was played by Rem's orchestra. I almost cried. They did so well. Thank you, God, for having this come to pass. It was a very fun thing. I used to write music for an orchestra.
What year was that?
That was 2014.
That's the year we met.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It's not 2014.
Huh?
That was... I don't write the year on every page.
Well,
I
that's
only write it
ridiculous.
on the first one of that, so I have to go back and check. Happy New Year. Oh, I actually didn't. That's a mistake. So yes, that was 2014. It's been a while.
Wouldn't know because I don't date things correctly.
Oh, it's 25th, I don't know. Last night was our patriotic band concert with my YBCS band. It went so well. We played the Thunderer, Colonel Bogey March, and I arranged a few pieces: America, Yankee Doodle, and America the Beautiful, a brass quartet. Someone from the school came up to me with tears in her eyes and said, "It has never sounded so much like Mr. Vigas was here." Mr. Vigas was my band teacher when I was a kid, and I conducted and ran his band years later after he passed away. A lot of people told me that night. It was fun. Wow, almost 2 years. So there's a 2-year gap between that page and this page. 2 years I did not write. First of all, I went from cursive. Every single page was in cursive, and now it's in print. Wow. Almost 2 years. Bet you hardly recognize me. Oh, believe me, it's still the same old Curtis. Except a lot more people call me George now.
What's the year now?
George is 2016. George is my first name. A lot has changed, I can tell you that. I have 7 jobs as of now. I work almost full-time Monday through Saturday teaching music and art. Mostly music. I started teaching music just about 3 years ago, and now I work for 5 schools and a music store. Rockin' Robbie's. Teaching music. I thank God for all these amazing opportunities He has given
job,
me.
Then?
I have started working for a man named John Camp, and I helped him build a website, thebusinesscamp.com. I meet with him the day after tomorrow. Then I go to work at YRV, then to CTK, then to orchestra. Yes, I am as crazy as my schedule. Why, you ask? I work too much and am too busy. And most of my bosses are looking for me to expand next year. To do what? And would like to do what I would like at each job? Not enough hours in the day. So I'm working on tons of scheduling to make everyone happy next year. Some of my students were asking about my story, and I got into why I teach. I said, I don't want you guys to forget me. They yelled, we could never forget you. Some of them even stood up. Yeah, I remember that. They were like clapping and like... They would have to brainwash us. Don't know who they are. Everyone will know I was taught by Mr. Van Loo's beard, yelled one of the kids at the school. I have a full and cool-looking beard that everyone always talks about.
Oh, wow. Neat.
No, I'm not vain. Maybe.
That's
what it says right here.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not vain. ... Maybe. I do feel that I have been put in this position to impact these
And that was probably when
lives.
your beard was super short, too.
No. I feel honored, really.
Yes,
and parents who I don't even know approach me and say, what a great job. I've heard so much about you.
Wow, this guy.
No
wonder his hair fell out.
And then it continues. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you wrote a lot. You were catching up for those 2 years.
I guess. Yeah, there's a lot in there. Interesting. Lots of stuff.
Oh, that was loud.
So we should probably paint. What time is it? Fun little
It's
memories.
time to paint. And you need to finish this one, so you better do some major work on it. Right.
So we're getting set up to do some painting. Esther hasn't got to talk for quite some time, so I'll just be quiet.
No, that's the worst thing you could do. You'd always do that. Ramble on forever and then just stop talking. Like, what? Then what am I supposed to say? I don't have all that crazy thoughts. You gotta at least do a little something to get me talking.
I wonder what she thinks. How stopping talking can be less or more. Like, do I have to slowly start getting quiet and trail it up?
No,
she's like, you're talking and then you stop. Oh,
you can't just go on.
Wow.
Go on forever
Talking
and ever
and
then
stop?
just completely
How
stop.
else would you stop talking?
No, then it's okay. You'll stop storytelling and all this stuff, and then you just say a few words, something to
That's
get.
so funny. That's nice of her that she doesn't get bored of my talking. But I'm
If
talking
you-
so much, and then I stop, and she's like, "Don't stop, keep talking." It's like I've talked so
No.
much. That's why I'm stopping. You act like that's weird,
You
but it's
can
completely normal.
Stop, but you then stop, and then we're like, all right, take it away. Like I just have all these thoughts that I'm gonna pour out. No.
That's
So
so
if
funny,
you
love.
wanted to stop and hear me, you should have said, okay. Anyways, how was your day, Esther? What are you doing today? Blah 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 blah. Blah. Something to get me talking. Whoa. What's going on? I messed up our cute microphone thing.
Yeah, and you were shaking the table all around.
You sure got a lot of complaints, don't you?
No. I'm complaining. I was just saying you shook the table. If I was complaining, I'd be like, "You shook the table? How could you do that?" I just said you shook the table with no emotion.
I cleaned up in here the other day. Got it looking better, but I still need to organize inside of the closet.
That'll be hard.
But at least there's
Hi,
not
guys, I'll give
stuff
you
all over
some
the tables and
Esther
the floors
cam.
anymore. What's up?
Sorry, now
We got
I'm
all
shaking
those
the table.
instruments in the back because there's not enough room in the closet. Too many instruments?
Well, you can't have too many instruments.
Huh?
You can't have too many instruments.
Well, we have too many instruments for them all to be in this room neatly.
Who said anything about neat?
Me, because I can't think in a mess. Oh no, he's knocking me into the microphone. Oof. No, it
Can't-
looks really bad.
You can't think in a mess?
No.
Huh.
I cannot. And if I go in the kitchen to cook, I have to clean up first. Or if I go in the room to go to sleep, then I have to get everything off the floor first. Because if not, I just will only think of that.
Why did you put these on this? Did I do that?
What?
I put those on there? I put those pallets on that plate?
Yeah, I guess.
Weird. I was like, who did that? It was me.
Yeah, he does that often.
That's not true.
Who did that? And then he blames me, and I get very angry.
I guess this podcast, we're going to have to call this podcast Why Esther Gets Angry. And it's going to be, that's why it's so long.
I'm a pretty happy person, though.
Really? You
You
think?
say? You say that all the time. You're like, why are you just vibing all the time?
At work or in front of other people, but when you're here by yourself,
No.
not so much.
If I'm here by myself, that is the height of vibe. I could not be happier.
What in the world? Why is that pink? Well, let's be clear. It's
Listening to music, organizing.
no,
That
but
is
it's
the
like
height
it's
of my
only
life.
if you also haven't done anything else that day. If you've done,
No.
because we'll go out and to just hang out, like have like a chill time. She comes home and she's like, I have to take a nap.
No,
I'm
it
so tired.
depends on what's happened the days before that, who we were with, what what we were doing.
But that's just too particular. Can't you just have a good time because you've decided to? It doesn't pertain to what's going on around you.
Doesn't mean I didn't have a good time.
No, in the moment.
What do you mean?
Wait a second. I've already done the first layer of skin. I don't even know what I'm doing right now.
I actually did that.
Oh, right,
I'm
sure.
the only one that's painted
Esther
on that
does the first
so
layer
far.
of skin. What I meant to say is the first layer of skin is already done.
Yes.
There we go.
Why you gotta diss me, bro?
Oh, no, I wasn't dissing you. You were dissing me.
Yeah, you said, oh, she does all this stuff. You were saying it's a problem that I come home and want to nap. Sorry, I have a different personality than you.
No, that's fine. We were just saying, you said you're generally a good, generally good. You said you're generally a happy,
Didn't
chill
say that.
person. So I was just commenting on that subject.
But I
and trying to have a
am, bro, and you've
conversation.
literally said that yourself.
But it also depends. Then, like what I said, and then you were like, well, it depends. Same thing, what I'm saying, it depends. I guess we'd have to say of each other.
Because you,
who's generally,
everybody would say you're this super positive, uplifting guy, but then you have these, like, super crazy, low thoughts
okay.
on the regular. And I don't really have that. But somebody might say, oh, Esther, she's a complainer. She seems like she's moody half the time. But I'm just generally happy most of the time.
Okay.
Even if
I
I'm
see
like,
what you're saying.
I'm so tired, I don't want to be here, Mama. I'm just like pretty chill.
But then how about just not say that then? You know?
Why is this the topic every time we get on here?
Is it?
Yes.
Oh. Huh. I don't think so. I think our last one was called How High Is Fish?
Yeah, but our one before that, you were just saying, this is always what we talk about.
Oh, really?
You saying I complain, and then me defending myself.
No,
attacking me.
No, definitely. Definitely doesn't happen often. But I think I guess the question would be like what you're saying. It's like, are you generally in a good mood? I think when you said happy, that threw me off. Are you generally in a good mood? Was, I guess, where my brain was going. So things don't really bother you. They just roll off the bat quick. And you're just like, meh.
No.
Okay, well, that's what that means. Your skin looks really good.
It's actually not doing that good right now.
But it looks great.
Something on this cheek. Can't find it. Don't know what side it's on. And then I have a pimple. Where is it? Right here.
Like, there's something wrong with pimples. I mean, they can be annoying.
Yeah, they can also be. I actually did it myself. Yeah. They can actually be very painful and very bothersome. I used to have it very bad, and it was very depressing. But that was also as a teenager, and as a teenager, you think only of yourself, and you think your looks are like the utmost importance.
Everyone, all teenagers think that.
Basically. I'm sure there's some that don't, but
Are you gonna paint it all?
a vast majority. That is the most selfish of times. Am I gonna paint?
Elaborate on that.
Well, they're getting, getting older, and they think, oh, I'm mature now, I can make all these decisions, and they also are starting to learn about different things and forming
Instead of
opinions.
they, how about you say what you know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay.
Forming opinions on things, and they think, oh, my opinion.
But it's coming off
Definitely
poorly
correct
because
one.
you're saying they. So you didn't do that, but everyone else did.
No, I didn't say I didn't.
No, I know. That's why I'm saying instead of saying they, say just teenagers, so that then you can be included.
But I already said that.
I know that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, myself included. I was just super caring about my...
Because I wouldn't say when I was a teenager that I was just looking out for me. I don't remember doing that ever.
You are abnormal in almost every way, so...
No, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. You don't gotta diss me right when I jump in.
No,
I'm just saying.
not abnormal in a bad way. I think you're abnormal in a good way. And therefore, I don't compare you to most people because I don't think...
Because I'm your role model.
Because I don't think most people are the way that you are.
Do you wish that they were? It's not a loaded question. I'm not expecting something in particular. You said most people aren't like me, and then you said there was a good thing. And then
certain things about you, I wish more people had those things, but not you as a whole. Do I wish more people were like?
Interesting.
What?
No, interesting. Just very specific.
Everybody's different.
Well, you need everybody. I wouldn't want a bunch of me
You
around.
can't have all of
No.
one personality.
No, I didn't say it'd be
type,
good.
Otherwise, there'd be some trouble.
I'm just going off of what you're saying. You said not many people are like you in a good way. Wait. I'm glad not a lot of people are like you. No. You were, so then I was just asking you to clarify so that.
Did I not? Just
Don't know.
clarify?
Oh, we did. You did after I asked you those questions.
Okay, great. Also, just in a way that you can't really help when you're a teenager. You're going through changes in your mind and chemicals and blah, 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 so you can't really help some of the
So it's not their
things.
fault.
Yeah, some of the things that come out with moody teenagers.
So as a teenager, you can
just
kind of do
kinda
anything
them.
and it's justified.
Them trying to mature and go through things that they have to go through to come out the other end.
So as a teenager, you can kind of do anything and it's justified.
No.
Okay.
I was just saying quite negative things, and so I was then coming back and saying it's not that all teenagers are horrendous, it's just at that point in your life you're figuring things out. You're going from child to adult, and
So
that's
you're giving
the
them a little
rough
bit of
in
leeway.
between.
A little bit of leeway.
Some people don't have a rough in between, and good for them.
So you were giving them a little bit of leeway with saying there's
Yes.
other things going on that can affect and make them act in that way.
Yes, and it's sad that they kind of it just gets lumped into like, oh, teenagers, moody, blah, blah, blah. When I think that's when they need the most attention from like parents and stuff because they're going through all that.
Okay.
But I feel like a lot of parents, because parenting is difficult and tiring, and by the time they get to a teenager and they're being super rude all the
Well,
time.
what you're saying is
and
out of speculation because you're not a
and
parent.
disrespectful, and yeah. So then I personally would be like, well, this stupid kid that I raised is now being all moody to me, whatever. So then you're like, your patience is a little bit less perhaps when they need the most of your attention and time to get through
They need the
a
most.
rough period.
Okay.
But a lot of them don't want it because, again, they're going through starting to get close to adulthood, because I don't think teenagers are adults.
No, they're
Most
not.
of them.
Teenagers aren't adults.
So,
Wait, no one thinks teenagers are adults.
they do.
Oh, okay. The teenagers think that.
So
I was like,
anyways,
yeah,
I
I
think
thought
they
you were
need-
saying that like they are adults and you personally don't think they are, but you're
They
saying
need
they think they
a
are.
lot of help and care and instruction, but they don't want it at that time because they think, I can take care of
So
myself
do you
now.
keep giving it, or do you play hands
Also,
off
this
for a
is
couple
just
of
a
years?
generic, obviously, not everybody.
So
is
do you
like
play hands off for a little while, or do you become more?
I have no idea. I don't have kids, and I don't know what I'd do, and it would be rough.
Stressful for you?
Yeah.
You don't want to think about it.
Not really, and it's just sad because I think back and regret a lot from being a teenager, which is
Regret things
why,
that you did.
yeah, which is why then parents are always like trying to give you answers because they know from their own life stuff that they regret and stuff that they do differently, but they don't want to listen at the time because if you're telling somebody, they think they got the best answers. And you just have to live with, okay, just because I've learned from mistakes doesn't mean this person that I'm trying to help is going to listen to my advice, even though I'm on the other side and I know they have to figure it out for themselves. And you just have to live with that because that's how people grow.
The difficulty is part of it.
But I think I'd have a very hard time if I had kids because I'd be like, no, I have the right answer. Of course I know better than you. You're a child.
You
And
wouldn't
that
be able to
just-
lovingly try to pass
I
that
mean,
on?
hopefully I would, but
Well, we're talking about right now.
it would be very difficult.
Interesting. I like it.
Anyways, I kind of got sidetracked where I was
That's
going
fine.
with the regretting a lot. Now I'm like, oh, I just feel bad for my mom for having to deal with me.
So you were a
And
difficult kid.
I was talking to somebody from my Bible study, which is over for the summer, who is a parent to a couple teenagers, or maybe just her oldest is a teenager, and she was like, it's so rough right now because she's being so difficult and not appreciative and not respectful.
Is
And
it
I
also
was
the
like,
parents?
I was like, I'll be praying for you because I was like that to my mom and I feel super bad now, and I try to be very good to my mom now, so I was like, I hope she'll get over that, and then when she's further along in age, make up for being so difficult.
Is it also the parents' fault that it's difficult? Because if you're completely putting
you got a case by case. Everybody's different, so you
Yeah, but I'm saying in general,
all these blanket statements that I'm making, you can't really make because everybody's got a different.
Okay, but you're right. You're also generalizing some. So if you
Yeah.
were continuing to generalize a little bit, it takes two people. But you're saying that the parent is
and
in
of
the
course
right.
there's mistakes the parents are making, there's mistakes the kids are making, but I have, again, it depends, but
You would say in
I
general.
would err more if I was seeing an argument going on. I would initially want to be on the parent side.
Yeah, and honestly, again, this is opinions of ours, but I completely agree with you. Now I'll say generalized stuff, but nowadays it's like, oh, the kids rebel against your parents, it's a good thing and stuff. You hear a lot of that.
Yeah, I was
And,
super annoyed at the what was that? Is it a Pixar movie? Turning
Probably,
Red?
yeah.
And their opening thing is honor your parents and all this rules, but you need to be yourself and you need to make your own decisions. And the movie she's in, she's 13 years old, and they're saying, now's the time, you need to not think about what your parents want, just think about what you want. And I'm like, what a horrendous message to be sending.
Yeah,
people
really
right
bad.
now.
Yeah.
Just despise that.
Right now, it wouldn't be bad at another time.
Hmm?
You said right now it's a bad time to say that.
It would be bad anytime they came out with it, but just specifically now, this generation is think about yourself above anybody else.
Really?
Just worry about
I don't
you.
think that.
Take care of you.
I don't
If
think that
somebody's
about...
doing XYZ, cut them out of your life. You need to work on yourself.
Okay, yeah, no, there's definitely some of that, but I try to steer away from this generation and calling out,
Well, this is only a generation that I can remember.
well, right, but
I'm not saying
but that's
past
why,
was better.
right,
There's
but that's
some
why, but some young kids
crazy.
automatically get upset because people just instantly say, oh, it's because of your generation. You should just take the kid that's doing the issues and tell him that's causing some issue of some sort and be like, okay,
True.
this,
I
and
guess
that.
I have no...
Not say your
I
generation.
have no knowledge of other generations to say that this is a specifically selfish time. So
Right.
I will just say that people seem to be selfish.
Right, exactly. Not, and I just
And
say
it
that
seems
because
to be
people
promoted
get...
right now.
Right. People
But I don't
get,
know if it was before or not because
Yeah, again, I wouldn't. Yeah,
Don't know.
I just wouldn't say right now or this generation or anything. I would just say this is what I'm seeing because for whatever. And the only reason I say that is because when you try to have this conversation with people, they're like, "Oh, you're just getting on me because I'm young," and that makes you dumb.
But
on
I
me.
am young, so
Well, right, but your thought process right now is an old soul, an old style. Me, don't call out generations. Esther, you're from an old style.
it's so funny, some things that are just have been around our whole lives, so you don't think about when they first came up, and then you hear some things like, oh, airplane's been around for this long, and it's like, that's it?
Yeah.
Because it's been for your whole life, so you just
Well, we were
you
both-
just assume because your parents are alive, you're like, oh, it was probably for my whole parents' life too. No.
Yeah, you and I were born before the first iPhone.
Well, iPhone, I mean, that makes sense. But,
Oh.
just cell phones in general, my mom being like, oh, we didn't have cell phones. I'm like, huh? That's a dumb one that most people know about. But
You're just saying it's something that we
Yeah.
could have, well, actually, no,
but
we
just
didn't
all
have.
of America is super young, too.
I
right?
know, yeah. That's a crazy one.
Thoughts and things. That should be my memoir.
Thoughts and things? That's a great one. No, I liked your Lost in Thought. That one was really
Yeah.
good. But I like dots and things. That's funny. The dress is coming along well. Let me see if I can get you guys a little bit closer.
I've got kind of a squirrel mind.
You're a squirrel?
No, you know.
You mean a dog saying squirrel?
Yes, but I've heard multiple people just
Really?
be
People
like,
have
oh,
said
squirrel when they get easily.
What
Oh,
about
it's for the
squirrel's
thing
mine?
that's distracting them, I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
Squirrels prepare for the winter.
Squirrels
collect food. They work
Bigly
hard.
dumb, run into the street. They're like 90% across the road, see something coming. Oh, let me run all the way back instead of just finish crossing the
No,
street.
not only
where I
that, they
wanted to go.
stop where the thing is.
Yeah, that too. They're like, oh, something's coming at me? Let me look at it. Maybe it'll stop. Why don't you just step half an inch to the side and you'll be fine? But no.
So what are we gonna call this episode? What was your memoir name?
We're gonna call it Thoughts and Things.
No, I thought. What was your first one?
No, we're not gonna call it that because that's my answer. But we can call this Thoughts and Things.
What was your first one?
Lost in Thought,
Can we call it that?
I guess.
Creases of the dress are coming along. Wow.
Creases, you mean folds?
No, I mean creases.
So George, our friend, had little braids in her hair, just at the front.
Me, George?
No. I'm telling a story about you.
A person named
No, you.
George, our friend. You said.
No. I said George, and then I was
Oh, you're
about
talking. You
to
called
say,
me George just now?
Yes, I was
Oh,
about
wow.
to say something about George.
See how much that threw
Let
me
me
off?
finish my story.
Well, I know, but
first.
it's just like she doesn't call me that. I don't call her Esther.
Yeah,
She
I
doesn't-
do. What
You
the?
don't say George.
But if I'm talking about you, I do. Or if you're like
Not if I'm
across
here.
Actually, if you're across the room, even when people are around, I still call him like Bubba, which I probably shouldn't.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I call you Love in front of people.
Yeah, but love is normal. Bubba's a little.
No, Love is. I've heard Bubba a lot more than Love.
Oh well, that's rude. Get these kids out of here. Taking my nickname for people. I'm one of a kind.
What is going on right now?
I came up with that.
Yeah.
Nobody did it before me.
That's a good song. So
Anyways,
you
I'm
were
trying to tell the
saying,
story.
yeah.
Our friend had two little braids in front of her hair because she said the front doesn't curl and the rest of it was curly.
Oh.
So then she took them out and there's these little waves and George called them crinkles. No, wrinkles.
Wrinkles, yeah.
She then tucked her hair behind her ears so then the front part was showing and he's like, oh, the wrinkles are gone. And she was like, excuse me?
But I didn't even mean to call it that. I didn't
It was
like.
very funny. Hair wrinkles.
Had a couple fun meetings coming up for some different business things.
Multiple? I thought just one.
Yeah, multiple.
Nice. And we have our anniversary vacation approaching.
Very true.
I'm very pumped.
You said what?
I'm very pumped for our anniversary.
Yeah. You look cute.
Thank you.
Very cute. Look over here. You're always looking over here. So this is actually like halfway done. It doesn't really look like that, but the dress was kind of most of it. So I would say it's about halfway.
You want to do some on the hair? Why am I so yellow on the screen?
Because it's dark
Or
behind.
is it just the angle of
And
the
you're not
computer
that
right
yellow
now?
on either of the
Yeah,
sides.
that's what I was then seeing.
Yeah.
Weird.
Let's see, I'm upside down. I'm very pink though.
Well, that's your undertone. But I thought my
But
undertone
I'm
was
also
like greenish.
oversaturized. Let me get
But I
that
guess
out of
it's
here.
yellow as well. Or it's
we
olive,
go.
which is kind of yellow and green.
But see, it's always less over there. See, now I'm pretty gray. So on here, everything needs to be a little bit too much because it looks more natural over there. All right.
that why this thing is always down? You test on the
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Well, guys, hope you had a fun time listening, watching, seeing. Check out our podcast. If you're watching the podcast, as you can clearly tell, is the beginning of the... Yeah, the hair's really gone on. The beginning of the live is the podcast, so we try and send people from the podcast over here. But if you want to just listen, you can check us out on Spotify, George and Esther. All right, guys, lots of fun. Gonna probably finish this painting off live at some point. Not necessarily today, but I do think I'm gonna work on it again. Hope you guys have a great life, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.